Hey guys, Anthony Ace Michaels is back for another NFL season. Just kind of recap last season. Not too shabby. Been for the last 5, 6 years, always having winning seasons, always cashing in for you guys. We're going to keep that alive. This is totally free. The bestsportspickstoday.com website. There was really no reason for me to keep that going. I had it going since 2007. And it started costing more and more money to keep it going. I wanted to do that for you guys just to have somewhere to go, but we're going to be going right to the YouTube. There's really no reason to waste any more money. Let's put it into these picks. It was starting to be a lot of money to keep it going. But last season, we're looking at a 63% win clip, which is pretty good. Not the best I've had. I was more into the 70s the last few years. Towards the end of the season was a little tough, but I am focusing on where I do the best this year. So I'm going to do the 3 to 5 picks. Most of the weeks it's going to be 3. From week 1 to 3, I don't really go by those picks. I don't expect anybody to lock these in, but week 1 is been very good. So I'm going to go against what I just said, and we're going to go with week 1 because there are some trends that I really like, and they follow suit each and every year. We're still going to give picks every week, but week 2 and 3, week 4 is when I really start to shine. In the last 6 years, I only lost a few games, which is pretty crazy. You get to know the teams. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks to get to know the teams, the matchups, coaching styles, all these different factors. We could see it on paper, but until we see it on the field, preseason doesn't count. This is going to be my preseason, week 1 through 3, but I like these picks this week. And then looking back at, starting to go through the weeks here, from week 4 to week 10, last year I only had 3 losses from week 4 to 10. Then there were some more losses later in the weeks of the NFL. So I'm going to go in and say, I'm going to really try to maybe double up of what I had from these weeks. Consistent year in and year out. Week 4 to week 10 are usually very good. And then the injuries start happening. They start piling up. And you start second guessing yourself. Never second guess yourself. Go with your gut pick. But week 11 to 17 is tough to get through. We could get through it, but once we get there, we'll see how we are. Let's get to week 10 first on a big winning streak here. High percentage. Let's try a 70% clip here, guys. And then the playoffs start to get easier than the later weeks in the season. So the first games, I'm going to go through a lot of these games, but I'll give you the picks. I have 3 top picks, and then I have 1 pick to stay away from. The Baltimore Ravens at the Chiefs are going to open it up on Thursday night. Chiefs -3, rightfully so. It's not a game I'm going to bet. It's definitely a game I'm going to watch. I think the Baltimore Ravens could pull this off. From the Super Bowl champs at home, expecting to win. But +3 in the Ravens, I think it's going to be a close game. Don't expect, if the Chiefs do win, and they do win going away, anytime I think it's a close game, I always go with the points. So, not a pick that I'm going to play, but I do like the Ravens. Green Bay is going to be a Friday night game, which is strange, at the Eagles. Green Bay +3 in some sports books still. I see 2.5 now. So I would try to, not a game I'm going to bet, but a pick that I will give. I think the Green Bay Packers at the +3 is a pretty safe bet here. They did really start to bring it on the end of the season there. Not far from a Super Bowl. So the Eagles on a downswing, Green Bay's on an upswing. I do like Green Bay coming back this year, winning double-digit games. And to do that, they got to beat teams like the Eagles. I do think they could get past the Eagles. Here's a game that's going to be on my play here. The Titans at the Chicago Bears. Titans +4.5. I seen 5. I seen 5.5. If you could lock it in at 5 or maybe buy it to 6 or 7, I like the Titans a lot here. I mean, I'm a Chicago guy. Obviously, you could see it in the background there. they haven't proved anything to me yet. On paper, they're still good. They were good on paper the last few years. They didn't do very well. Eberflus and the guys are coming back. I do like the Titans to keep this game close. Maybe the Chicago Bears win it by a field goal or something. But 4.5, 5, 5.5, whatever you're going to get. I locked mine in at 5.5. Shop around, guys. A lot of online sports books, especially you guys in Vegas. You could get that 5.5 still. I think a lot of late money is going to go on the Titans here, so it's going to continue to drop. People are not sold on the Chicago Bears yet, so I like the Titans as one of my first plays. Now we're going to kind of skip through. That was a noon game, Chicago time, so that's your 1 o'clock Eastern game. The next games that I'm going to look at are the late afternoon games. The Denver Broncos at the Seattle Seahawks. Okay, this is a game that I really like the Seattle Seahawks, but 5.5 is kind of hard to, how do I say it, pull off. But the 12th man at home, it's always tough, especially for a rookie quarterback. And that's kind of what I go against here with that Chicago Bears pick. Rookie quarterbacks haven't played very well the past several seasons of opening up week 1. They got to get the nerves out. There's going to be a lot of blitzing on these guys. These professional guys are a lot faster on the defense. It's going to take them time to adjust because this ain't the practice in the preseason games, So I'm going to go against these rookie quarterbacks, obviously in week 1 as my strong plays. I'm going to go with a 3-team parlay also, maybe for 50 or 100. Do the money lines here. But I'll definitely take the points with the Titans. But I'll go with the money line here on the Seahawks. Minus 255 is a lot. So to bet it straight up is tough. I'm going to do it. I'm going to lay the 255 just to win 100. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't really see Denver having a chance to win this game, and that Seattle defense is going to be rolling. And then the other game I like, the Washington Commanders at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is starting to go in Tampa Bay's favor. That's why I'm doing these videos early. I seen minus 3, now it's 3.5. I seen minus 155, now it's minus 174. I see it at 160 at a sports book online. So just make sure you shop around. I locked it in at 160. I like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home a lot here. Rookie coach, rookie quarterback. That's the double negative, right? Doesn't equal a positive here. This is going to be my best bet of the week. I do love the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I got them in some Survivor picks for you guys that are big in Survivor. Make sure there are some plays, and I know that the majority of the people are going to take the Cincinnati Bengals, but I'm going to talk about that in a second. But yeah, this game here to me seems like a no-brainer. Tampa Bay at home. I do think they're improving a little bit. I don't think Washington is going to have a chance, but who knows? It's week 1. This is what I'm going to stick to because I like betting against the rookie quarterbacks. I expect to go maybe 2-1 here, hopefully 3-0 to hit those parlays. But to me, it seems like a good, safe play. Let's go to the Cincinnati Bengals. That's going to be the late game. Is it the late game? I think it is. No, it's not. It's not the late game. I take that back. I was looking at week 2. But this will be the 12 noon game. New England at Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow and company are known for a slow start. This will be the fourth year in a row. Slow start, starting 0-2. Not saying they're going to start 0-2 again, but I could see them starting 1-1. They got Kansas City next week is going to be tough. And if they look ahead, they could blow this game. I know New England's going to supposedly be the worst team in the NFL. Plus 9.5. I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole, let alone the money line. The money line's minus 390. A lot of people think it's juicy because it's a lot lower than it should be for a 9.5 point spread. Should be about 450. But your Survivor picks, I stayed away. I'm in several Survivor pools. I've won several Survivor pools. I have lost several Survivor pools. I don't like the Bengals at all here for a pick this week or next week. Let's let it play out, see how it goes. They lost their top running back, so they're on a little bit of a decline. They were my Super Bowl pick a few years back, and they lost to Mahomes late. They're just not the same team they were a couple of years ago. I do like them. I do like them to make the playoffs. They're in a tough division that's really getting better. So that's a game I would definitely stay away. And then we're going to go real quick. I know that I had a few requests here on divisions. So let's see if we could get this really quick on my phone. All right. So AFC East, you have the Jets are favorite to win. Buffalo's not far behind, and the Dolphins are not far behind that. They're all pretty much almost even to win. New England's 26-1. Don't take New England. This is a very tough one. I don't know if Rodgers, just because of Rodgers is there, he's a year older, he didn't play another season. Buffalo or the Dolphins are probably a strong place for me. I like parlays with division winners. You could really get some serious odds. So if you have like 2 or 3 teams, you could start splashing in like divisions that you're not sure of on $10, $15, $20, and put all the teams in the division. Just make your combinations, write it out. All you got to do is hit that one long shot, and you're going to have an astronomical, maybe 6-figure payout, because I've seen it happen. I haven't had it personally, but I've seen it and known people that had it. I would focus on the Bills and the Dolphins here. If I had to pick one, I am going to lean the Dolphins just because the Bills get there. Maybe the Bills. I don't know. I mean, I would probably put both of them in my parlay there because the Bills are an unbelievable regular season team, but they're a terrible playoff team. So that being said, maybe you lean towards the Bills or the Dolphins. I don't think the Jets are going to win it. AFC South, we got Texans are on top at even. Wow. Jaguars are 290, Colts 320, and Tennessee is 950. I don't count Tennessee out at 950. Maybe splash them in for a couple $5 parlay division winners. I like the Texans. I'm not at even, but I'm going to put them in there. Jaguars are not far behind, and the Colts are not far behind that. So, I mean, you could pretty much go with any one. If I had to pick one, I would go with the man with the long hair. He don't care. I would go with the Jaguars here. I seen some things that I really liked. I like the Texans too, but for almost triple the odds at 290 or plus 100, I got to go with the Jaguars here for the division. AFC North, Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers. That's the order it's in. Ravens are favored at 145. Bengals are really close behind. And then you got the Browns at 450 and the Steelers at 750. Steelers have two very, very mobile, athletic quarterbacks. Not as much as Wilson as Fields, but I think they're going to be running those guys on and off the field a lot. Coach Tomlin is known to do that and use guys where they're not supposed to be. I could see Fields lining up, as a receiver, mixing up plays. He's a very athletic guy. I mean, he just had, a bad coaching experience in Chicago, but he could turn things around at 750. That's pretty good for a division winner. But I like the Cleveland Browns here, man. I mean, they should have beaten. They were supposed to beat the Texans in the playoffs last year. Texans are favorite. I think they're kind of even with that team. I think they're on the incline. I do like Cincinnati. I mean, those are my boys. Joe Burrow and the boys. I'm going to have my jerseys on. Who they gonna beat the Bengals? I like the Bengals as my personal pick, but I won't take those odds. Maybe splash them in, like I said. But I like the Cleveland Browns at 450. I mean, that seems like a pretty valuable play. We know that the AFC West, you're going to have the Chiefs way on top at minus 270. Rightfully so. The Chargers, new coach, same team, few different players, lost Pro Bowl wide receiver. Chargers plus 390, Raiders 10-1, Denver 20-1. Denver's not a horrible pick at 20-1. Rookie on the team, hard to go. But if I had to pick, you almost either skip this division in your parlays or you go with Mahomes. I don't think the Chargers have enough yet. Chiefs are a little bit on a decline. but enough to win this division. My Raiders, those are my guys, man. 10-1. They haven't shown me anything. You know I'm going to put them in there, but it's going to be hard to beat the Chiefs. NFC East, Eagles on top. Wow, -140. I wouldn't take that just because I do think that team's on a slight decline. Supposed to do good things, and that's rolling into this season. The Cowboys +175, the Commanders 11-1, Giants 16-1. The only other logical pick are the boys, right, at +175. That's a team I'm going to take to win the NFC East. NFC South, we got the Falcons. -145 is really hard for me to play. I do like the Falcons this year. They're going to be one of the teams to watch out for. Could they win a Super Bowl? Probably not. They're going to make the playoffs. I do think so. I think they're pretty explosive on both ends of the ball. But the Buccaneers at 290, I like that one. The Saints at 550, and my Carolina Panthers that I like to throw in there just because are 11-1. So I will throw a lot of these teams in there. I'm going to stay away from the Falcons, but I like the Buccaneers here at a juicy +290. And then my supposedly some people say the best division in football. I totally doubt it. The NFC North, I'm getting text messages about it all the time. Midwest guy, Lions +130, good odds. They're not a minus there. Green Bay +200. The Bears +340. Jesus, what's going on? And the Vikings +850. I'm going to throw the Bears in there just because I'm going to have my Bears jersey on a lot of times too. The family, big Bears fans. Gonna root for them inside, but outside I kind of know the future of this division, and it's going to be the Lions and the Packers here. The Lions are the team that a lot of people like to watch. Explosive, best coach in football, but a gambling coach. Terrific regular season guy. I do think he could get over the hump. I like this team maybe representing the Super Bowl. But the Packers are not far behind, and being a Bears fan and saying this is really hard. But I like the Packers at the +200, and I like the Lions at the +130, so I want to put them both in there. If I had to pick one, I got to go with the Lions here, maybe at like 12 or 13 wins, and the Packers right behind a game. And then finally, the NFC West, we got the 49ers, -190, the Rams +330, Seahawks +700, and the Cardinals +1300. Don't count the Cardinals out of this. I mean, +1300, very mobile quarterback, injury-prone team, healthy. Don't throw them out the window. Never throw Seattle out. It's 7-1. You can't throw the Rams out, and the 49ers are the team here. I do think that the 49ers are going to continue that run. Didn't think they would beat Mahomes in the Super Bowl, but I did have my 49ers hat on because I wanted them to win. But my wallet went the right way that one. It happens sometimes. Biting my lip. Happy either way, right? I lose money if the Chiefs win. I win. I win money if the Chiefs win. I lose money, but my 49ers win. I do like the 49ers. I do like what they do. They're one of the most balanced teams in football. Minus only 190 is a pretty good play. But for a long-term single play, I wouldn't bet 190 to win 100. I would just bet the 49ers, money line throughout the season. You would win more money that way. So before you take one team in a division, think about betting them the entire season at the money line. You're going to come out more than $100 profit, most likely, if they're a good team like the 49ers. They're the only team I could see winning this division. Am I going to sprinkle in a couple of these other long shot plays? Of course. I mean, if McCaffrey goes down, he's injured prone sometimes. You still have a young quarterback. Defense is known to get hurt. Kittle's known to get hurt. All these guys are question marks on every team. So it's really hard to pick this early. But another thing that I wanted to go over, so I'm going to lock the 49ers in a lot of my plays, but I'll probably stay away from the Rams, but I'll put the Seahawks and Cardinals in a few of them. I'll try to get those out or talk about them even more. But another thing like the Bengals is a team that starts 0-2, right? They usually do. Not saying they're going to, but if you're a guy that's going to come in and you like future plays, right? So my advice for future plays is I can't find it on here what the Super Bowl payouts are, but I would have to say the Bengals are probably like here we go. They're probably like 15 to 1 or something. Uh, yeah, exactly. 15 to 1. I know my team. So they're 15 to 1. So if they lose game one, they might be like 20 to 1. And then if they lose game two and go 0-2, they're going to come up with this stat that the teams that don't make the playoffs, that start 0-2, the Bengals are going to be in there. There's going to be a shitload of good teams in there, a shitload of average teams in there. And you get like 30, 40 to 1. So that would be my suggestion. Like what I would do is I'm going to wait to put in some future plays. I'm going to see how it plays out. If there are teams that I wanted to bet on, I usually take two from each side, AFC, NFC, and I usually go with anything that's like 15, 20, 30 to 1. I'll wait. And if that team wins the first couple games, then the odds might stay the same. They might go down a little bit. I mean, so worst case scenario, you get the Bengals at like 12 to 1 if they go 2-0. But best case scenario, they go 0-2. I'm just using them as an example. You get like 30 to 1 or 25 to 1 or 27 to 1. There's some books that really fluctuate a lot, and it's like a huge difference. I mean, I was getting teams that were like 100 to 1, and they were 50 to 1 on other books. So this is where you really got to look. But those are my plays, guys, and I'm going to be here every week going through these games, and let's get that 3-0 start fresh, and I will see you guys next week, and good luck.